So, as usual, I don't have an excuse, but I do have an explanation. I woke up at 5 p.m. today. That's my explanation. It is officially spring. My head is full of very, very angry goo because of all of the fucking just the plant reproductive material in the air. So I've taken a handful of painkillers. We're eyeballing the mild immunosuppressants that are diphenhydramine. As an antihistamine, that's what it does. And we'll see if we don't take about a fistful of those as we ascend to new heights. You and I lost things. Propelled by the fuel of over-the-counter allergy symptom mitigation. Anyway, so I'm sure you've noticed we have something new tonight. Well, not new, but new to this channel, maybe new to you. A complete and total divergence. We have Space Marine. Now, Games Workshop is a company that I have a history with, a one-sided one. You know, they don't really know that I exist. I'm sure if I were to give them my actual name, they could find fucking accounting reports with, like, my credit card on them. But you know, Warhammer 40k is not an unknown property, but it is one that has a lot of problems in getting video games made. You know, ones that are good and playable. Not that they're not out there, but it's hard to find solid 40k games. You'd think it wouldn't be that way. It's a fucking tabletop game to begin with, and, well, the setting is ripe for all kinds of shit. Basically anything that you would want to do within it. But Games Workshop seems to be determined to go out of business, and this is a pattern that reaches back probably before you or I were born. Let me check that real quick. When the fuck did Warhammer 40k get published? Because we know the fantasy variant is just, oh no, September 1987. So it is just a couple months younger than the current incarnation of your host here. I would have thought it was earlier 80s than that with, you know, the shoulder pads. But, you know, okay. Now we know. Anyway, so they have a history of trying to go out of business by making just terrible, terrible, terrible decisions. And people like myself at one point in time, and, well, you know, a whole new batch, just insist on giving them money anyway. We really shouldn't, should we? It's really... This is our fault we did this. We let them be the monsters that they are today. But this is, of course, not about today. This is about a couple of yesterdays ago, when they did it good one time. Let's go ahead and get into that, shall we? We're gonna hit go. There we go. It's rated M. We'll give you eyes.
Sega.
Yep. The Witch says good on visuals, but we're going to have to restart this shortly. Just a moment here. Boop, boop, boop. And I forgot to put it through my headphones. You know how it is. You know how it is. Frankly, swallowing these just gobs of viscous fluid is not helping. I don't know if you've ever experienced post-nasal drip. It's the worst fucking invention ever. And if at any point in time I get to ask any kind of creator deity about their plans for this material world, one of my questions is going to be, what the fuck is up with post-nasal drip, and why did you make a machine that could do that? Exhaust is supposed to leave a system, not fucking fall back into it. Like, get your shit together, you know? There we go, now it's in my ear. Sega. Relic Entertainment. They don't exist anymore, I don't think. Games Workshop, they do exist, but they shouldn't. AMD definitely exists. There he is, it's our boy. Voiced by Mark Strong, because of course he is. Mark Strong may have an affinity for Warhammer, the same way that I do, and that he just keeps getting in there. He, I believe, is the voice that reads the Eisenhorn books, and he was also the voice of Eisenhorn in the extremely bad-looking iOS games that maybe we'll get to at some point. But first, we're going to start off on a good note. I promise this game is not shit. I know it says Warhammer 40k on it, but it's not shit. See? You can punch orcs in it. That's not shit. Campaign. New campaign, please. We'll just do it on normal. They'll do full damage instead of increased damage. Full is fine. Start a new campaign? Yes, please. There it is. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. But also some other stuff. There's a lot going on in 40k. That's misleading. You know, someone's got to build these ships. There are still fucking bullshit bumpkin farmers in 40k. We're going to a Jackus. That's all the stuff they make. Like big old robots that don't work, that fall over. If it didn't sink in the mud immediately. But it's the Imperium. Their ships are bricks too. For those of you that don't know, an exterminatus is just fucking burn the whole planet. Fuck it. There we go. Here we are. We've been requested to increase area denial and protect a warlord class titan. A very large, very expensive, very hard to reproduce war machine. There's one of the bricks that we fly around in space in this future. It's in bits. That'll happen. Oh, Relic, you should have handled the rest of this. I believe at one point in time they were going to do a Dark Millennium, which was an MMO-ish thing, and I would have liked that, I'm sure. There he is. It's Captain Titus. He's pre-concerned. Not mad.
Titus, the orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces.
Uh-huh.
They have taken the planetary defense weapons.
What do you want me to do about it?
Clever of the damned orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machine.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report!
Starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We are losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. We'll find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderhawk Lancer Jove returning to launch bay.
This is our other way down. It's a jetpack.
This is your plan.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. Or do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Not before having a word or two with the orcs.
The shaky cam is distracting.
The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
Yeah, don't be such a fucking narc. What are you gonna call Dad? can jump out of spaceships if we want. We may need to adjust the sound settings on this. The music is sounding a bit quiet in my headphones. Guns are working out. We'll do that when we get to the ground. The menu music I remember being just significantly louder. Anyway, that's no good anymore. We don't need it. Allow me. Yeah, it's a little quiet, isn't it? There we go. Now you can hear the music. The music, which is also pretty good. They did a good job with this all around. Except... Alright, we can look around. We have our bolt pistol here, which you can see produces quite a lot of mess. We also have this knife, which we're doing it wrong with, but it's fine. He's a super soldier who's about as big as 4 cows. It's whatever, you know? So we get a whole lot of just big meaty sprays from these weapon hits. And, well, we'll see regular-sized people, eventually. We have executions. If you press F, you can stun them, and then E to execute. That refills health and does the usual shit that you would expect it to. Hey, fuck off. I'm talking about hams. Ow. Well, it's fine. See? We're good. Now, what's interesting about this is that, well, you can see that there's a variety of ways that we can string together our melee combat, and the shooting also ain't all that half bad. They managed to make everything feel pretty organic as far as using it and doing it. We also have that little bit of stutter or hit stop in our running animation, plus a small amount of screen shake, and this does a whole lot of work in telling you that you are a big heavy chunk machine in big heavy chunk machine armor. Well, that guy's gonna be a problem, isn't he?
Get off our ship, Space Marine!
No. Got him. I know, Pi, you started yelling first. Well, we got grenades. It kind of spawned us in a bad spot, didn't it? I'd prefer if you didn't. Hi. I need your head bits. Thank you. That'll do it. Come to me. And later we will get better weapons than this knife, but for now it'll suffice. The knife, by the way, which is made of the same stuff that our armor is, a substance they call adamantium. Yes, it's, again, that fantasy metal. Not much else to it. Thank you. We have to press E to turn this around. We're just gonna do it, you know? Because we're 4 cows in a robot suit. It's disabled. I like that the guy inside the gun refused to stop firing it under any circumstances. But if you look up some stuff about the orcs, that's not all that surprising. Titus, not with the blade towards you, man. That's hazardous. We landed. They didn't land so good. Should have been 4 cows in a robot suit, idiots. No joke, this man has 2 hearts. He's also got a gland in him that spits acid and one that changes his skin color.
Captain Titus, come in. Damned orcs shot me off course.
Okay.
I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
Okie doke.
Scarcely thought anyone would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
I will meet you there.
Cool. He also sweats a waxy substance that can seal him in the void of space. Space Marines are fucking wild, and you never really get to see the crazier shit. He can eat brains and get memories from them. That's all true. Alright. Well, something happened over there. Against all odds, we're in Industrial Zone 02. We can see some religious iconography there. There's a couple of competing religions. We got the bricks in the sky. Honestly, a pretty nice landscape, right? It tells you what you need to know about this setting. We're in the shit now. But yeah, there's a couple of competing religions in Warhammer 40k. We're probably not going to get into all of them, but well, one of us thinks that the Emperor is real cool, and the others think that some other boys are real cool. One of them we get along with okay, because they also agree that the Emperor is fucking rad. The others we don't get along with at all, and you'll know them to see them. Would have thought there'd be something over there.
Remain calm. Evacuate.
Now, you can fucking slow yourself down and aim careful, but a lot of the times that's not necessary. Open. There we go. So, now that we've got the bolter, that is its caliber gauge, by the way. Or no, that's the year it was made. It is an incredibly large caliber smoothbore gun, firing self-propelled explosive tipped rounds. Yep, that's what bolters are. They're micro self-propelled grenade launchers. Some people say rockets. They're not quite rockets. Look at that mess. A lot of games have done a bolter. A lot of 40k games have done a bolter. This is the only one that I've found that really does it right. You get big, messy chunks blown off every time that you fucking land a shot. And to my memory, it's never... like, this is never rendered useless. You can continue to use the bolter the whole fucking time. And that was one of the challenges that I think they were going to run into in Dark Millennium, is that you're not going to change this out every 10 seconds for a new thing. You're probably going to just keep using the bolter that you started with. There's not a reason not to. And, you know, over time, this weapon builds up a history. You used it at the Siege of whatever the fuck, fighting the you know, the orcs, the Tyranids, the Necrons, whatever. And wow, isn't that something special? You get to name it. You can trick it out with some parts that change the way it behaves, but it's not going to change what it is. And it's not just going to make number go up. That's just not how 40k works. I don't find a better bolter.
Destroy them!
And my reward for killing 20 Xenos is, well, 20 dead Xenos. They're saying I got no way out of here, but getting out of here isn't really my intention. And we're just gonna charge this guy. You made a mistake, sir. He knows he made a mistake now. Him too. Oop, where did that come from? Oh, from up there. That's fine. We'll slalom a little bit. And you'll notice that we can clear a decent amount of distance relatively quickly. That's largely due to our size. We are very large, and so, you know, big strides. But we're not exactly the quickest or most agile thing. That's really not what it is that we're built for. We're built to do this. Find big groups of boys and fucking just kind of take it to them. Yeah, sure, give me that ammo. Uh-huh. 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 They give up. If you're wondering why it is that they don't shoulder their weapons, it's not just because of the pauldrons, though that doesn't help. They're plugged into their armor's telemetry through, again, another special implant in the back of their necks. It's just below the armor line.
Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I looked at its rules for guidance.
We all do. There are also benefits to thinking for yourself, Beatrice.
Got him again. So, they've now mentioned something called the Codex Astartes. That's literally a book for how Space Marines ought to behave and how they should operate and all that good stuff. It's one part tactical manual, one part Bible. There's a religiosity to the text. Bible's not really the right term. It's closer to a code of conduct and behavior for knights or, you know, other kind of quasi-aristocratic or deliberately downright completely aristocratic organizations. Oh, also, fun fact about Space Marines.
Picked up local Imperial Guard communications.
Uh-huh.
They survived under the shadow of that gun.
Cool.
I want to know how.
Fair. Anyway, like I was saying, a lot of people will also do some stuff with 40k, and you know what kind of stuff that I'm thinking about. Which is always fun for me to stumble across, because Space Marines are chemically gelded. There's nothing going on down there. Saved your life, idiot. Good job trying to die. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, there we go. That guy was an Imperial Guardsman, and you can see he's much smaller than us. Their job is basically to eat shit and die all the time. They are your average human being. They're equipped with possibly the worst weapon that I can think of. The laser gun is a piece of shit. The reason that they're given that is because it's, you know, hard to break it. But that doesn't mean that it's good at doing anything that it's supposed to be doing. And that includes actually killing what it is that you pointed at. The problem with energy weapons in general, beyond just thermal blooming and the beam losing cohesion at a distance, is that what you're going to end up doing is exciting the matter that it touches and not really penetrating into something vital.
Saved us. Rise, Guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, Guardsmen. We rendezvous with Sidonus, then we find this lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery.
Okay then. Updated intel on the gun battery it is. So, yeah, you see that he's about half of me. And, like, I'm hunched over right now, so he's about child-sized. We'll go find their lieutenant. Their lieutenant, I'm sorry. There we go.
The upper level and continue through the plaza. The bunker is beyond that.
You got it. Let's also make sure that what we're doing, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be it. So yeah, the laser guns.
100 against 1 million orcs, and they fight on.
Only in death does duty end.
Yeah, it's one of the real kind of unfortunate elements of this. Well, I say unfortunate, but that's because it attracts the wrong sort of people. And those wrong sort of people, as usual, are fascists. They see this and they go, oh, see how heroic. No, this is a tragedy. This is senseless. It's terrible. This whole setting is bad times the setting. We should be going, my god, how did it come to this?
Get off! My legs. I can't feel my legs.
I got to see a space marine before.
But yeah, energy weapons. So, the other thing is that they don't carry mass. So when you tag, say, an orc, which is roughly the size of our 4 cows man here, with a beam that is maybe a nickel in circumference, you know, 1 American nickel in circumference, with no mass, and it only heats up the spot that you shine it on, it doesn't really super care. So you have to then focus your volume of fire on that when they already have guns that are much better suited, which are just basically rifles. I don't understand the laser gun, and frankly, if I were a guardsman and they handed me this and said, here's your weapon, soldier, I'd be asking questions like, do you hate me, and is this personal? Because you could probably just shoot me in the mouth right now, then.
Captain, I'm in position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
There we go. That's the monument.
Despite alien incursions, delinquency is an affront.
We gotta go get our 3rd boy. You know, he's up here doing it.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you. The orcs have got that gun well defended, no mistake. But typical orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
Those studs you see in their heads are not just cybernetic interfaces. They typically, in fact, aren't. Those are awards for service.
The Horde hasn't turned on itself. It's still under his control.
Hey. Now we're getting somewhere. When I was talking about vibroblades, I was talking about direction of oscillation, and this is not a better solution. This, there's no way that this doesn't get gummed up. But it is a mess, and it is fun. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Something you'll notice is that we're not necessarily invulnerable while we are doing our executions, so we have to time those. But, you know, as it said, this is a chainsword. It's a chainsaw sword. The way it's supposed to work is that that belt moves very, 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 very fast. And those teeth are, again, that adamantium material, which is very hard. And you just kind of grind through / into things. And there you have it. It's for stuff that they had encountered that was armored, that they still wanted to hit with a sword for some reason, instead of just hurl a chunk of metal very fast through. Because, well, it's Warhammer, and it's kind of dumb. Oh, he just kind of melted. Okay. meaty bits everywhere, huh? Oh, do you find more? Sometimes the NPCs will find them before I do. But that's because they're computers and they know where everything is. Me, it's been fucking Christ how long since I played this. Still feels great.
Target that squig!
They didn't. If I had shot the squig, it would have exploded anyway. But genuinely feels nice. The inertia I have while running feels appropriate for the kind of character this is. You know, the sort of the Doom Marine's more put together older brother is about where we're at. You know, he got a job. He brushes his hair regularly. He like keeps appointments. He's on time for stuff. But whereas it, you know, bugged me with Raiden, the inertia, because that's a character that is a whole lot more agile on paper. No, that's right. I do have a dodge. I have to hit space twice for that. It's fine, our armor is fine. And we'll just find an orc to fucking saw apart. There we are.
Look out! Dropship!
Oh yeah, just imagine this studio getting to work in this day and age, right? God, that would be something. Ah, I missed. There we go. Give me your insides. Now I feel better. We also found some grenades. We'll use those as becomes appropriate. Usually it's really not that big of a deal. Because, you know... I can do that. I can give him the old ground stomp, and all's good. You too. There we go. Where you can see where the ripping and the tearing comes in. And if you've been paying attention at all, Lost Things, which of course I hope you have, but it's okay if you hadn't, you know how I like some ripping and tearing. Come on, gimme. Bullshit. That guy was mine. And he knows it. Oh well. I kinda got ripped off there. He was stuck in the rocks, you see. Anyway, give me those grenades. It's fine, they don't have to stop. I don't want them to stop, actually. Drop more. That's right, go on. We can also just kind of automatically execute these. It's a little bit, you know, God of War, fucking Darksiders-y that way. But hey, nothing wrong with that. Get stomped. And as is appropriate, we are already covered in viscera. Doing better this time, though. It's, you know, settling in, period. Here. The grenades are pretty good. I will fully admit to just kind of forgetting about them. And I will forget about them again. That's just going to happen. Hi. Go ahead. Yeah, boy. It's like they gave them to me for a reason, huh? that I promptly ignored. You circling around again? I got a whole lot more bullets. Only a couple more grenades, but that's fine. Yeah, armor like that is what they were looking to grind through.
Time for you to die!
Yeah, I know. Wow. Well, he fell over. I wanted to do the thing, but he died.
Inside, but the door is sealed.
Okay.
I believe they will let us through. Imperial Guard, we are Ultramarines. Open this door.
And that's all it takes. Also, the armor has an IFF signal. We have access codes to a whole lot of things in this thing's computer. In case you didn't get that by them kneeling and calling us my lord. Standing as we pass, giving this salute. You get the idea. We're Space Marines. We're a big goddamn deal here. Again, part, like, military asset, part wealthy landowner. Even though wealth isn't really a thing for them, everything is provided. You requisition things as a Space Marine, you don't pay for them. And we are also part, religious icon. In that a whole lot of these things, these extra glands and bits and organs in us, are cloned from the genetic material of the Emperor himself, who is presently a corpse on the throne. I need to see what else is happening in 40k these days, but for the game's purposes here, he is definitely a skeleton hooked up to a bunch of machines on a golden throne on Earth. Isn't that fun?
Thank the Emperor.
This is Mira. She's in charge.
Second Lieutenant Mira, 203rd Cadian Regiment.
Captain Titus of the Ultramarines.
You are in command.
I'm all that's left, my lord. Unless my commanders rise from the grave. So far, they seem content to stay put.
Lieutenant, the scouts have returned to forward base.
How many?
2.
Damn. I sent out 10.
Okay, then.
Damn gun. We don't have the numbers to make an assault. And as you might have seen, it's shooting down all our support vessels.
That is why we are here. Leave the gun to us.
Come with me, then. I should warn you, my lords. We've got a slight orc problem down here.
I appreciate that she's got just a little bit of sass. Mira is Cadian. That was a planet. That was situated right by a hole in reality. Now we got Mad unlocked. Y'all know about Mad. There we go. Use T to enter Mad. We get better and we regain health because Mad.
What do you know of the Titans on this planet?
Only that our troops were sent to guard the Titan Invictus at Manufactorum Ajakis. That was 2 weeks ago, and we've lost contact with them.
We need to reach that Titan.
Your fastest route is across the rail bridge.
Again, you can see how small Mira is compared to us.
The gates of the Manufactorum.
And Mira is, in fact, a tall lady. Alright, good luck. Shut that door. Oh, you coming? Okay. I was not aware that she was gonna come with.
Get me that field manual. Stuck on bloody Forge World and not a single tech priest in sight.
There you go. A little bit more background information if you don't have any. Technology itself has been so mysticized mystified. Jesus. The allergy drugs are kicking in, y'all. Anyway, that it's also its own religious practice. You need a tech priest to bless the machine, also known as lubricating and running a fucking diagnostic. But that's how far backwards mankind has slid. That guardsman up there, if they found out what he was doing, might be put on trial for heresy. And by trial, I do mean summary execution.
Form a damn firing line!
Now we're getting places. That's the one. And of course, we can also enter Mad. This is what Titus's Mad looks like. It's really less mad and more focus. And, well, there are some things we learned about Titus later that means that his compatriots here should definitely notice that glow. The glow is not something everybody can do. That is from my read on it. Not just a fun effect for the game to let you know that you are presently mad. In canon, there are people who can do the glow. And a whole bunch of other shit. Way more impressive shit. Some of them we got explanations for, others not so much. There is no need to explain that, though. Mira, I appreciate your initiative there, but I don't know that the laser gun is a good call. I mentioned them being hooked up to their suit's telemetry, and that does mean that Titus has an AR display being fed directly into his brain. So he doesn't really need the sights on that gun, but they are there for other people to pick up and use a bolter. Humans can pick them up and use them. They typically have to have different grips because, well, you know, 4 cows. This is a big one. This is a heavy bolter. It's a bolter, but heavy. You get it. While it's mounted, the only thing we have to worry about is heat. We'll tear it off and carry it around for a moment or two later, and the heavy bolter class has long been a favorite of the Witch, who is fairly famously uncomfortable around guns and machines, but for whatever reason this struck all the right notes.
Hold the trenches beyond the ruins and the back.
Yes, mouse 2, please.
The gun.
Give me this.
The Orcs took it almost as soon as we got here, nearly 2 weeks ago. Our unit was the only one to make.
That's true. She did want to note as well that she was very capable of sneaking when we were doing the multiplayer stuff. As a Space Marine, we would just lose her on the map. She would be gone. Which was distressing because, well, look at the size of these lads. And he never got to report that he found us. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the heavy bolter, but she just went, yes, that is for me. Throwing me for a loop, going, but you don't even... Like, at the time I had a rifle in 5.56, you know, pretty standard. Oh, you're gonna make me get rid of it? Cowards. Anyway.
Authorization confirmed.
Oh, that's why.
Access granted.
They're giving me a new toy. Anyway, the muzzle report of which was not something I was comfortable for her. She's like, it's loud and it looks scary. But the fucking heavy bolter is fine. Anyway, we got a chance to fuck with the Witch's version of the bolter, her preferred bolter, this enormous high rate of fire chunk monster. This is mine. It is the Stalker version. It's got an extended barrel for added round stability. It is a little like micro self-propelled grenade. A scope, typically a stock.
That's where the Orcs breached the gun battery. We haven't been able to make it inside the wall.
And I believe some reinforcements that allow for
You have survived this long.
specialty rounds.
You have done well. But you are no longer alone. We will retake the gun. We will get your reinforcements.
Okay.
I'll hold you to that, Captain.
There we go. Off Mira goes to continue commanding her troops. They're lucky to have her.
Turned away from sectors 29, 30, 34.
And to be fair, they seem to know that.
Sector 46.
And, of course, after having seen me play other things, I'm sure you understand my affinity for the Stalker Bolter.
Kill this again! Shoot!
Orcs on the high ground.
Like, I ain't gotta explain that to y'all at this point. You know what I'm about.
It's a fight now!
It was a fight then, too. I don't really have an angle on him up there.
Space Marine!
But they did want to showcase what this gun was for. There we are. He's still up there? Yeah, he is. I just took off a piece of his arm. There it is. Alright, right in the melon. Really liked their gore effects in this. It's extremely satisfying to hear the round go off and then immediately get that that confirmation of a hit with just viscera. And all without the game going, radical, multi-kill. It just, yep, that's how it do. Moving on. 'Cause, well, it's Warhammer. This isn't special, this is Wednesday. We're saving our content. There are little skulls to pick up, because it's Warhammer, again. I don't remember where all of them are, but I'll go poking around for some. A lot of them are little audio logs, secrets and stuff to find. They don't really confer any kind of, like, mechanical bonus, they're just there if you want them. Nothing there. Give me that. Nothing there either.
Space Marines! Kill them! Orcs attacking!
Yeah, kill me. There you go. I guess it was right there. I didn't see it when it fell. Touch. Anything here? No.
Space Marines!
Don't worry, your friends will find out soon enough. They'll understand that I'm here. It'll only take a moment. Anything in here? No. Well, somebody was having a good time over there.
Once we get through these battlements, we will use the breach caused by the rock to enter the gun fortress.
Okay then. That's the gun we're worried about, by the way. Not these. These are a problem, but that's definitely the bigger problem. That's it recoiling. That's it just causes a big old fucking tremor. I warned you. It causes that all over the place whenever it goes off. So I can't imagine this place's infrastructure is it's either extremely bad or extremely good. There would be no room for in between. You'd level city blocks with it going off. Give me that. Oh, that's my objective. I was like going, why is there a green fist? Come get it. If you're wondering why the orcs are in space, it's because that's where they live. They are fungus people. Made a long time ago as a bioweapon to fight Terminator robots. If that sounds like hyperbole, I will remind you that this is a Warhammer 40k game. Okay. And we're full up on glow as well. So if push comes to shove, we can activate the glow.
Look at these cables.
They must
Yeah.
be powering Orc contraptions across the battlefield.
Looks like it. Open. Oh. A present.
Captain, assault support pods were dropped in this area.
Yes, they were. So... These pods can also sometimes contain Space Marines like us. This is typically how it is that you deep strike Marines. In this case, they dropped some equipment for us, or for anyone else in the area. Provided you have clearance, the pod would open automatically, and now we have the jump pack. The jump pack work like this. This is how jump pack work.
Down here.
It's very good. This was largely the class that I played when we were in the multiplayer. I liked being able to move around, and, well, there was a specific trait that allowed me to one-arm a full rifle bolter. So I took it. Oh, do y'all want me to let you in? Never mind, you're good. They're good. Hello. There you go, get back up. He landed in a weird spot. Sometimes that happens. And your job as an assault is to be a menace to society. You find spots where they would rather you not be, and you go there. And you try not to get too distracted. But you know how it is. You see what I mean about being a menace? Try to get all over the place. Try to just aim for the biggest concentration of boys that you can. Anything that allows me to effectively be a human grenade is desirable. And boy, does the assault pack let me do exactly that. Okay, I think they're gonna take it away from me now. No? Okay, good. Joyous. Yeah, I want to be up here. Okay, they've been reduced to meat already. Y'all still doing it down there? Yeah. That's fine. Looks like we'll have more, yeah. There we go. And another one. They're very angry about my profession.
Space Marines! Kill him!
Okay, he's done. That guy's not, but he will be. See? like 5 feet inside the cave. Also, there's definitely room for that jump pack in there. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, Dad. Dickhead. Alright. No fun allowed, says Sidonus. This wouldn't be happening to me if I had my jump pack. I'd be able to go right up that route. We're in the belly of the beast. There are, of course, better melee weapons to use. There's one in particular that I found myself using quite frequently, that being the power axe. We'll get our hands on it eventually. Is that just kind of like an alternative way around? No? Oh, then there might be a skull in there. Or there might not be. It might just be pretending those don't exist because I've technically played through this before. So all of the easy ones may have been snapped up already. We'll check, and if that's the case, then I'll just play you what it is that I've got. There they are, there's the boys. That's B-O-Y-Z, and I'm not making that up either. It's who they are, they're orcs. And those goblins there are a subspecies of orc. They come from the same fungus. Those are the shells that this thing's firing.
Swarming with orcs. Clearing this place.
Notice that they're decorated with, like,
cannot survive.
little...
We find a way...
little altars.
To destroy the gun.
Okay.
Spice Marine!
Yeah, because I think there should be a skull in here. It looks like there should be, but there ain't. Anyway, they're very worried about us being here.
Space Marine recognized. Access to experimental vengeance launcher granted.
A vengeance launcher.
That sounds promising.
Uh-huh. That's what it do. We can also make direct contact with them and it'll go off. It's okay. But it's not what's going to be in that slot forever. So, let's take a moment to just have a look at what it is that we've got going on here. Notice that everything is extremely large, right? And, there's orc stuff scattered around, but the Imperial crap all has this look to it. Very, very much leaning into a kind of Baroque religious styling, borrowing directly from the Catholic Church. And then we have like these weird 80s style monitors where they assume that everything would be glass forever. It's a fun look that I think is pretty distinctive. Like, you know, I don't see this terribly often. And if you did see it somewhere else, well, this thing from 1987 may have done it first. There's one of those shells.
Medicaid facility should expect significant delays.
Okay. Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real. And of course, you know, I can fire this stalker bolter from my hip. The reticle works just fine. It's nice and handy like that.
Access granted.
An armory. Sure to be something useful.
Hey, we need that. Give me.
Lockdown in effect.
Look here, Captain.
Yeah.
Melter charges.
Yes.
Put those in the right place, and this whole fortress will come down.
We could put the charge on one of the gun's shells.
Leandros, you do the chapter proud.
There we go. So a melta charge. It's a fusion bomb. And they mean that when they say fusion, they don't mean just like wiggly blue effects instead of red effects. They mean that it is energy resultant of a fusion reaction. So in that device, molecules get mashed together super fucking hard. So hard that they become something else. And the energy thrown off is many times that of fission, which is what makes atomic bombs work. Typically, if you're carrying out exterminatus, fusion charges, fusion torpedoes, in fact, are part of the salvo that you throw at a planet. And they're trash now. I invite all of you to become meat waste. I know, right? What happened over there? That's what happened. We can just kind of charge into him with all of the force that you would expect something like this to have. His arm's gone. There's a lot of their bits that are just like missing now, huh? You can kind of tell the ones that I got to. They're all missing very key components. Oh yes, please. Come to me. I crave your company. Sustain me, meat man. There we are.
Shell storage is below.
Well, let's go put a sun bomb on an artillery shell. We're doing it. It's gonna be great. Boy, we are just a mess. You guys are looking pretty. Oh, there we go. It dried off. I would have adored Dark Millennium. It really is a shame what happened to Relic. Where are you going? I'll remind you that it was a fight then, too. Must have clipped his cheek. Hit the railing. Well, let's go get the free ammunition. You know, we're here.
They're not about to run short of ammunition.
Well, no, of course not. We're in a fortress. This should have been... Basically, if Mira's higher-ups didn't fuck this so bad, which they typically do, that's what happens when you have an aristocracy tied to your military, then this would have been their holding point. This would have been their fortress, their strong box against the hordes. But a common theme within the Imperium is that those wealthy, elite higher-ups are woefully incompetent. They are bad at warfare, which is the only thing they claim matters. There's stuff over here? There isn't. Which is why you get situations like Cadia in general. But that also goes over a whole lot of nerds' heads, and they go, but he's got a cool hat. And they ignore the part where, I'm sure you've seen this image on the internet, that dipshit took out his sword and told the tank driver to drive him closer because he wanted to hit them with his sword. And that's how we lost that tank. We got a new kind of boy. They're mad boys. They also have the power of glow. It's not as good.
Here, Captain. We need to get the shell into that loader.
Okay. I'm doing it. Bring it up. And this is what an average interface console would look like. These are one part instructions, one part prayer. You can tell that they are from the
on that shell.
Adeptus Mechanicus, the tech priests, because we have this cyber skull. That's their logo. I'm gonna put that on there.
Now to move the shell into place.
And you know how we're gonna do that. How many cows are we? Count them. And the loader hooks will take it from there.
All loaded.
With luck, the orcs will feed it right into the gun's chamber.
We cannot rely on luck for this, Sedonis. We follow the shell up and make sure it reaches its destination.
Aye. Now back to the lift.
Will do. I do appreciate that Titus is like, no, we're not just gonna leave that to chance, pal. We kinda have to make sure that this works. I'm not just gonna hope they don't notice. Yeah, we're going the right way. They're coming. Back to the lift. There it is. Sir, I'm gonna ask you not to. There we are. And now we must mouse 1 to press his guard. We did it. We did the thing. So some boys are tough and they require a small QTE to finish off. We'll see more of that later. Touch. He clipped through the thing.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't take their heads off. Their geometry doesn't always agree. It is nice of them to take collision off corpses, though, because otherwise we'd be littered with them. For the time, the amount of corpses on the ground was nice. Now it's a little bit sparse. In other games, I would say it's tasteless to just kind of like litter bits around. Not that I have a specific problem with it, it's just like, yeah, I get it. You're not shocking me even though you're trying to. For 40k, I feel like it's tonally appropriate. Yeah, some more Vengeance launchers, some Stalker bolters, just extra ammo, you know how it is. In case you didn't pick them up before, there they are. Open. We'll fuck around with the Vengeance launcher a little bit, just because we'll get rid of it as soon as we can. There are options I like more. So like I said, that's how it works. It's pretty good. I don't hate it, it's just that I don't really care for the whole mine layer gameplay. There we go. I like my results more visceral and immediate. This is, well, it hides the mess. Alrighty. Oh, is there anything back here? Or are you guys just wandering around? It looks like they're just wandering around. Also, don't worry, they won't always be with us. It's not a terribly original story, so, like, you know, do you know what happens to the older wizened one? Do you know what happens to this one here? I bet you can guess.
Firing now.
There, the secondary lift.
Yeah. We're getting there. I'm doing it. Yeah. And that's how you have to get into that room. It's just grenades, but we'll take them anyway. And up and over. There we go. Because you'll notice that we're not exactly jumping unless we have a jump pack. I imagine it's just because there's not a whole lot of reason for this to do that. He's capable of propelling himself, but taking big leaps we are not. Unless you count the start of the game. That was a great big leap. We'll take another one of those later, but, you know, that's later. Probably snag something a little bit closer range. Anyway, as I understand it, the difference between a standard bolter and a stalker bolter is sort of similar between like a shotgun with a 2 3/4 chamber and one with a 3-inch. In that a stalker bolter can absolutely fire normal bolts, but not vice versa. Fuck off. These are purity seals. They're what help us with the glow. Again, they're one part now allows us to enter marksman mode. Time slows down, allowing us to play shots with lethal precision. Lethal precision. It's working. The drugs. Lethal precision. It's because I was reading Control. My eyes were on the next line while my mouth was trying to catch up. So we have a slowdown time mode. Boop. Touch. We'll play another game where you slow down time, and that's kind of your thing.
Space Marines!
Yes. You'd figure you wouldn't want any after, like, your friend was hauled up and his head was chainsawed off kind of slowly, but he still wanted some.
Get the shell into that loader. I will cover you.
We're going to cover him. And that's why we got marksman mode. But we're probably not going to use it. We're just gonna, like, you know, just give him the old pop. Go on. Push it.
Incoming fire.
Yes. And we're gonna go over here so that we can deal with that. Boop. Boop.
Incoming.
Boop. 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 Just like that. Boop. Boop. I would have preferred if you hadn't thrown that. Here. Because yeah, you can see they're not really fucking with Leandros, are they?
Enemy sighted.
They don't super want anything to do with him. And my grenades don't hurt him. This is just an overall better spot to be in. That's not. There we go. Well, we'll need some mad. Oh, he's done. Okay. Well, there's marksman mode. Because we had extra.
Hold the line.
Bye. Alright. Could you stop doing the grenade thing? Like, I'm trying to be civil about this, you know? And they're just not having it. That was weird.
In place, Captain.
Cool.
We're better off seeing this fortress detonate than
Agreed. Find an exit.
We did it.
Severe structural damage.
By disobeying the Codex Astartes and taking cover. I'm actually not sure what the Astartes says on cover. The Space Marines are not my faction within 40k. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what is. Oh, Sidonus, do you have a robo-arm?
The guardsmen
Yeah, you
will
do.
get their supplies now.
Neat. Mechanical prosthetics are a thing in this universe. Alright. Yes, hello.
Man of your word, my lord. Thank you.
What is your situation, Lieutenant?
We're gathering our wounded and are heading to the Andres habitation block to establish an outpost. With the cannon down, our support craft will land there.
Very well. My battle brothers and I must secure any operational Warlord-class Titans before the Orcs can loot them.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mira. We'll touch base with her again later. I would also like to note that Mira is also the only one that doesn't show, like, there's respect, but there isn't that kind of reverence or awe regarding the Marines. They're her commanding officers, and she understands who they are and why they're here, but she's not about to, like, melt just because they're present. I wish we had gotten to see more of that character, but perhaps some of what is successful about her is that she's there for the purposes of the narrative that she's required to be, and then she doesn't overstay her welcome. Because that is what happens with a whole lot of the supporting cast. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm already tired of Sidonus and Leandros. Like, yeah, I get it. And they're not doing anything particularly interesting with either of them. And of course they won't. Like I said, the story is pretty bargain bin. But, you know. I always prefer if people know when to take a bow and kind of exit stage. Aha! More monitors. But these aren't blessed? Well, hang on. There's another logo somewhere on these. Nope, I just thought I saw one. It's the shadow. Looks like something, but it's just shadow and light effects. Anyway, like I was saying, I'll give you 3 guesses as to what my faction happens to be in the 40k universe. I'm sure you'll be able to field something interesting, those of you that talk to me directly.
Now that bridge is a testament to the might of the Imperium.
There we go. For whatever reason, chat had just reconnected. Hang on a second. There we are. There we are.
Outlived all of them.
Must have been a minor hiccup. We still good on the feed over there? Cool. We got a thumbs up from the witch. All's good. More than likely, it was just my phone dropping the connection. It'll do that. It's old and it needs to be replaced, and hopefully it will be soon. That's definitely one of the things on my to-do list. Huh? She says that I have to settle on a model, but I'll never settle. I'm always on that grind. The orcs are fighting each other. They'll do that.
Say these tracks went to the complex housing the Titans.
That thing is a battering ram.
Okay then. Sidonus thinks it's a battering ram. Hang on. There it is. After some bits and bobs got in the way. Stop fighting, your violence is scaring me. I'm spooked now. It's too spooky. Anyway, the orcs, despite what it is that we're seeing, are absolutely not a unified faction. They fight each other as often as they fight anyone else, and the going fluff, I won't even say lore, because frankly I don't think anyone within the universe has the necessary data to back this up. The fluff is that if the orcs weren't busy fighting each other, they would easily sweep across the galaxy and kill us all and be the only dominant life form. I don't know. They're certainly shitty, but I got no hard numbers on that. Seems to me like flavorful storytelling to drive home the point that there's a lot of them and they are a legitimate threat, and it's nice of them to mostly murder each other off. We appreciate that. train. We're gonna ride the train. I have no word on whether or not it is in fact a choo-choo train. Yes. And then there weren't orcs. We're good? We're good. I heard the grumbling over here, so I'm never sure if I've gotten them all until the sequence ends, you know? Nice big bridge. Honestly, pretty solid skyboxes for the era as well. Oop. Oop. Hi. There it is. Did that explosion reach the other one? Well, there's one up there that I've missed the tail on twice. There we are. You're right, it takes exactly one more. He called it. Don't spawn any more of those. It's rude. Oh, there you are. It followed me. Those are also a subspecies of orc. They're from the same fungus. They're called squigs. They come in every size from Pomeranian to elephant. The big ones are called squigoths. Those are the elephant ones.
Now to stop this ram! Time to impact!
No more than 6 minutes.
Time enough.
Oh, he's a bold one. Mark Strong says time enough, so time enough it is. Also, it's not really timed for my memory. Like, I don't have a countdown here, so we're just gonna kind of do our due. Give me that. Oh, I see my life bar. Might there be hazards? There's a hazard. I know, it didn't work out the way you planned, did it? He had such big dreams. He was gonna get real mad and flail around, and that was gonna be enough. This is why I don't miss those guys. You know, by the time that we leave them. Largely, they just kind of get in the way of my entrance and exit. A battle brother I am not. There we are. And there we go. Really more of a... send him a bullet from a couple of miles away. Or get in and make a mess and then fucking leave.
Kill him! Shoot him! Sedona's time to impact!
Okay.
These trains have point defense turrets.
Got it. Point defense turrets. Will do. Move. 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 I've been trying to shoot that guy in the head for a moment now. Oh yeah, you too, I guess. Bye. Okay, also bye. That'll be enough to charge at. Otherwise, you know, we get tagged from a bunch of angles and also by that guy up there. It did that blind. Nice. I'm sure you saw those particle effects. We just kind of had to remember where they were at. Yeah, smash me up real good, bro. There we are. And we're off and running again. That didn't take too long, did it? Didn't feel like it took too long. Okay. Now there's this. This is a plasma gun. Yeah, R to vent heat. Oh, well. Yeah, it's fine. We're probably going to want to move around anyway. The biggest problem with this is that, you know, the bullet's fucking slow. And it travels in a shitty projectile arc. This is painfully close. Here. Hey, impact. There's two. I think it's like sneaking shots through the cracks there. I wanted to fucking wait until I had gotten some armor back. There we are. And I really, like, I can't deal with you right now. I have shit to do. Hey! That was a fucking long shot. I did not think that would work. Sir? Thank you. Jesus. Gimme. Is that thing still in the air? Oh, it is. There we go. We found out. That ain't gonna be a good angle. Come on. Regen. There we are. Fucker. I feel like that one hit and it didn't want to admit it. That one did. Ouch.
Is the Emperor's gun.
Alrighty. Oh, I had mad I could have used. That's my bad. I was fumbling with trying to put the plasma cannon down. Take two. Back up we go. So it turns out that to put the plasma cannon down, all I have to do is switch to one of my other weapons. I was pressing E. Alright. No, gimme. Like, actually do gimme. There we go. Maybe? No. The round is so slow. We'll talk about how the plasma cannons in this work once we're done here. Yeah, I'm waiting. It's happening. Bitch. Come on. There. Ow. There. Oh, he fell over instead. That's also fine. Gimme. Hey, good, I found you. As I try to pick a spot where the travel time for the round is reduced. I believe we clipped the top of our cover there. Would have been nicer if we did a laser cannon, boys. Not gonna lie. Ah, there it is. zipped right by it. And then he just kind of drifted to the side. That time we got him. Hey, we got there. With less fumbling. Anyway, so the plasma cannons and the plasma weapons in general in 40K work like this. There's a magnetic gel that you dump plasma energy into. The gun makes a little bubble and then chucks it via a similar magnetic pulse. This is extremely dangerous, but also the only way that I can think of to deliver plasma. So, someone did their homework there. Otherwise, you know, you get the problem with thermal blooming, like I mentioned with the laser guns, and that the farther away you get, the wider that's going to be, and when you lose cohesion, you lose ability to destroy the target.
Some Imperial Guard units made it here after all.
Well,
cannot hold for long. We must hurry.
Okay then. In we go. There's one of those skulls. That's what we've been looking for.
Trying to deliver a message. Must be damaged. The seal of the Inquisition. Interesting.
What is the Inquisition doing here?
We're about to find out.
This is Inquisitor Drogan. I need urgent assistance at Manufactorum Ajakis. They're after the experimental device. The device is safe for the time being. I've drawn them off. But now I'm trapped.
Okay.
If I die, you must keep the device out of enemy hands. Or he'll be unstoppable. I needed more time. Was nearly ready.
Well, alright then.
An experimental weapon.
We need to find the Inquisitor before the Orcs do. Keep moving. Remain alert.
Anyway, suffice it to say, if you're still wondering what my faction would be within 40K, my faction would be the sort that cleans up Drogon's mess. They are my boys of choice.
Serve the machine god by joining corpse removal crews at your designated evacuation center.
There you go. The Mechanicus worship the Omnissiah, or the Machine God. Open.
Captain, look! The Orcs must be operating that crane.
They will not stop until they break through that gate.
We must disable that crane.
They had a fight ring going. I want to play. Me play now. I thought this is what you guys were doing. Don't grumble at me like it's not cool. There's Mad. Now come back. There's no guns in fight ring. You're cheating. Alright. We got there. Well, I know, Pi. They didn't even let me place a bet or anything. This is bullshit. They were very rude. So much for English hospitality. Give me that. Oh, hi. I'm just trying to stay out of his way while he runs around. Oop. moving. At least until I can deal with him kind of on a one-on-oneer. Now, we chose the wrong side to try to jump through. There we go. That's got it. In through the mouth that time. Hey, you guys make out okay over here? They're fine. They'll always be fine until they're not. Do we have ammo anywhere? No. Not looking like it. I don't see any glow. So, offward. Mean. Also, this is only charitably a human. We went over that.
Control room.
Forward.
Yeah.
Clear out the orcs.
Don't worry. Leandros, you gotta just clear out of my way, bud.
The orcs have managed to power that cannon.
Anyway,
A single shot will blast right through the gates.
We can't.
you gotta let me move, man. You gotta let me spread my wings. He won't. He doesn't want me to spread my wings. He's a good boy who does his homework. What's the Codex Astartes say about that, huh? What do you think about that, asshole?
This is Captain Titus of the Ultramarines. Identify yourself.
This is Corporal Antioch, sir. That is, my lord.
I need access to the Manufactorum, Corporal.
There is a service lift in the hangar directly below where you drop the cargo, my lord. We can meet you there.
Stand ready. We will be there shortly. Titus out.
Okay. There we have it. Antioch came around nearly immediately. He went, oh fuck, never mind.
Holding that huge gate. They cannot blast long.
They did manage to bring the access.
Takes more than that to kill it all.
I'm stuck on geometry. There we go. You too, huh? I know it's rough. Ah, the splash damage. Oh well.
Live for yourself.
Back into that sequence. I was a little bit too aggressive. I forgot that they had bomb squigs.
A handful of guardsmen holding that huge gate.
We
did manage to bring the access.
Yes. Sometimes it does. Where are they? There they are. And of course, interestingly enough, because this is all kind of horde-based, there is a kind of trigger control that you should be practicing in order to make your munitions last. It's not... It continues that analogy where I said this is the Doom Marine's more put-together older brother. We fire in controlled bursts as Space Marines. We engage in melee combat with tools rather than just our grippers, but boy, do I appreciate those grippers in Doom. Ah, the grippers.
The Space Marine!
Yeah, you know, there's an order and a method to it. Even our mad mode is not quite so much snarling psychopath and much more rallying call. Frankly, I wish I could say the same about my own personality. This is a veneer, Lost Things. I sound calm, but that's with practice.
Space Marines!
Yes. You're correct. Alright, I think we did it. Looks like we did it.
You must hurry. The greenskins are on the move again.
I'm working on it.
The point we are using will not last long.
Didn't quite reach on the wave there. That's alright. Gimme. He's stuck in the thing again. There.
Time to die, humans!
There we go, away from the explosive, that's good. Let's go ahead and switch to something more appropriate. It's counting the barricade there as being present in front of my bullet. Up. Right off the dome there. What are you talking about? From where? Do you not see this? There's nobody there. You're telling me to prepare for a charge that ain't coming, man. Get your head in the game, Leandros. Get your head in the game.
Space Marines to kill! Spares no space!
See? This has seen better days. Alright, into the basement. More grenades, more ammunition, thank you very much.
The lift is this way.
I'll deal with the lift. Pi, I know you want me to get to the lift. It's okay.
I'm sending the lift up now.
Thank you. You're a good boy, Corporal Antioch, and I appreciate you. Just for being who you are. Give me this.
Granting access.
Thank you.
Authorization is done.
Now we're in business. She's the... Okay. Pi. My man. I'm telling him about the power axe. I know. You like the chainsword. It's iconic. I like this. Alright. Damn. Anyway, so what all power weapons are in 40k is basically a metal that's similar, at least in strength, tensile strength, and, hardness to adamantium, that then has a field generator on it that throws an electromagnetic field over the surface of the blade, which, in theory, if you can find a way to shape this field, would mean that the edge is tunably infinite, meaning that you could adjust this generator to shape the field to coordinates that are smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And this is what allows it to shear material that you would otherwise be unable to shear. This is better science than the plasma balloon theory behind, like, lightsabers and shit. If you are going to use any kind of power field to cut something, this would be how you do it. You don't have to shape it like an axe. You can shape it like anything. You don't have to shape it like anything at all, in fact. But there you have it.
Orcs! An entire horde!
Antioch, hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Orcs inbound.
Kill them, Space Marines!
This is why it's my favorite. Big, wide, sweepy attacks. Big, sweepy attacks. that reach all around. Also, faster executions. He just straight up died. Alright, well, hi. Just feels good to use. I'm sorry I was to be crushed. Yeah, there's some boys over there that I gotta go and deal with. That's fine, we'll get to them. Also, as far as damage profiles go, I think this is about the best you can get for a one-handed melee weapon. There's one that hits harder, it's the Thunder Hammer, but there's costs to using the Thunder Hammer. Don't get me wrong, it's very good. But, you know. Where are you? There he is. Give it to me. I'm gonna need that back, though. Thank you. All right, we've made a real mess. I'm working on it with the lift. Don't harass me. Okay? Where is he? There he is.
Yes, my lord.
Don't harass me, man.
Word that an Inquisitor is in the Manufactorum.
Yes, Lord Drogon. We have not seen him for several days.
Well, there you have it.
The Liberation fleet arrived, my lord.
No.
The fleet is still en route, Corporal. The Ultramarines are here as a vanguard. Cripple the enemy and secure the most valuable assets.
I see.
But the facility and its titans remain secure.
All I can say for certain is that no orc has breached this gate, my lord.
Okay.
Contact Lieutenant Mira. Her unit is establishing a bastion in Hab Center Andres, and your support craft now have a viable approach from orbit.
What of the Colonel and his staff?
Fucking dead. Yeah, they're fucking dead. Don't worry about it. Mira's doing a good job.
Here we are, my lord.
My thanks, Corporal.
Oi, keep that muzzle clean, guardsman.
Alright. Down into the pit we go. But you knew that. You knew that's where we would head. Give me that ammunition. Give me that ammunition. Big ceilings, huh? Again, very church-like, real Catholic. But of course also distinctly 80s cyberpunk dystopian.
I doubt even dropping that cannon.
Looks neat.
Convince orcs to back away.
Indeed.
These are guns.
Inquisitor and the Titan Invictus.
These are sentries. I like how you're eyeballing me. They're all gunna, though. What's mounted on those are called assault cannons. They're one of the solid munition kinds of things that you'll find in 40K. It's a minigun.
Focus. Meet your quota. Increased productivity gains high favor from the machine god.
Okay. Yeah, they have that work will set you free thing going on here, which, again, is not an accident. They didn't just fuck up and go, oh, we thought that was cool. No, that's... You're supposed to not think this is great. You're supposed to think it's kind of bad here. It is. It's bad. It's not good. Oh, they show our purity seals. Ah, Relic, you would have done such a good job. I love doodads. We had them in,
Titan Invictus seems undamaged.
There, that's where we are.
Titan Invictus seems unused, you mean? Is this invasion not enough to bring out the War Titans?
It takes hundreds to get a War Titan operational, Sergeant. Without them, it sits idle.
It's true. The startup and maintenance crew are not present, and, well, there's a specific kind of cybernetic augmentation you have to undergo in order to hook yourself into one of these. They belong to, predictably, the Adeptus Titanicus, and there's not a ton of them. The problem with plugging your brain into one of these old-ass computers is that it's supposed to be like having just a completely alien mind screaming data into your head. And a lot of prospective Titan pilots can't sort their own thoughts from that, and so they just kind of go limp and say whatever it is the computer is reading out, which is usually like a status error sort of thing, like a, you know, pilot synapse is inactive, blah 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 blah, going on from that. There are smaller versions of these. The Warhound is below this. There's a bigger one called the Imperator, which is ridiculous. And then below the Warhound are things called Knights, which seem like a smarter idea than this. This seems like a target for, like, ICBMs. Which, clearly they would have to have, right?
Captain, this is an auger station.
Yes.
Scan for the Inquisitor's life signs.
Access.
Go ahead, pull those levers.
There.
That's how it works.
Identity confirmed. Drogon. Ordo Xenos.
He's in this wing of the Manufactorum.
I read alien signals throughout the facility, and a large number converging on the Inquisitor's location.
Where'd you see the screen for that, man? You just pulled a lever and a light blinked. It's not like a readout. Warhammer. Computers get operated via lever. Just wiggle the stick, it's fine.
Section 449 is understaffed by 100%. Please rectify.
Okay. Section 449 has fucking nobody in it. Give me that. Oh no, a hazard. Or an opportunity. Stratum 71 is where we are. That looks like something, right? Touch. At least that was a button, right? And it's just an elevator. Just up and down. This motherfucker pulled a lever and got precise readouts of where someone was. I'm not sure how he did that. I guess that's why he's on board. He's a genius. Open.
Leandros, can you use this panel to contact our other forces?
Not directly, but I can boost Vox range.
Do it.
At least this one has a screen. Okay. He just pulls another lever.
Marines chapter.
Yes, sir.
Here, Captain.
Ultramarines, this is Captain Titus. Are you receiving?
Captain, this is Sergeant Midas. Squad Solidus is on the ground and making for our objective.
New orders, Midas. We are at Manufactorum Ajakis and have located the Titan Invictus. I need Solinus to come secure the Invictus while I divert to a priority alarm.
On On our way, Captain. Midas out.
There we go. We have redirected the flow of battle. We are captain, after all. Open. And, well, that's how 40k works. Titus is command staff and also field. There's very few wings of the Imperial military that doesn't work this way. So you'll find all kinds of hat wearers and metal havers just prancing about on the field.
Pipes. The orcs are in the pipes.
They are. It's where they live. They love it in there. Those kooky kids. Oh, did you find some over here? Yeah, there's like one boy there. Yes. Oh, sure, come right around. I'm into it. I just don't want to be plinked away at forever from the pipes. After I was told specifically to pay attention to those. Doesn't look like that's what's going to be happening. Oop. Had some trouble placing me on the ramp there. Open. They're saving content. I need this bridge. Come on, I did it. Reveal them to me. The welcoming party on the bridge. Yes. Come to me. Come to me. Oh. I thought for sure there would be. There's a lot of build up there. You know? Kinda disappointed. Alright. Open.
Inquisitor, Ordo Xenos.
Repeat authorization.
Drogon, prepare the power source for immediate release.
1 moment.
Faster. Disregard all safety protocols and...
Speak clearly.
Ah.
Repeat authorization.
Seems the computer doesn't think Drogon is Drogon.
Inquisitor Drogon?
I am Drogon.
Convincing.
Captain Titus of the Ultramarines. We received your distress call, but you seem to have weathered the enemy's attack.
I am soldier and scientist, both, Captain.
What is the status of the experimental device?
The power source is running the entire manufactorum from the generator room.
This device is a fuel source, not a weapon?
It is a complex device and an unstable one. If the orcs find it, they'll try and take it apart. It could detonate with enough force to destroy the entire planet.
Then we must move it to safety.
And for that, Captain, I need your aid. This way.
You are wounded, Inquisitor Drogon.
I'm a psyker. My psychic abilities are controlling the bleeding.
Very well.
Okie doke. Well, Drogon says he's Drogon. And also that he's perfectly fine, so we're just gonna go with it. And we'll probably, what time we got? A little bit longer. We'll give it maybe 2 more checkpoints. Oh, hey, you're here. I told you it was gonna be a problem later.
You're trying to steal my Titans? Steal my loot? I'll rip your guts right out your throat!
Swear on me, Mom.
The orc himself. I'm gonna put your head on a spike, Space Marine!
I would suggest you don't. It's a little bit small in comparison to the rest of me. It wouldn't make a very impressive trophy. get the mad one? I guess I did. So yeah, we'll probably clean up this conflict and then go from there. I know. You done? He's done. Yeah, good job helping out back there, Drogon. He was doing it, you know, he was helping out. This is too many boys. We have reached boy density to where I am uncomfortable with the number of boys here. We're just gonna get all tangled up.
The Orc has a scent for us now.
Good.
Damnable creature! Had he not blundered onto this world?
But he did, Drogon.
Uh-huh. Let's see what they're gonna give us. And then we'll talk about what they gave us. And
access granted.
well, it's a plasma pistol. It works like the plasma gun that we saw previously. It's just a pistol.
There. We must get to that lift.
Well, we'll get to that lift later, Drogon. For now, what we're going to do is go where we go. Oh yeah, it's definitely marking that I have servo skulls, so we'll listen to some of those another time. I apparently got most of them in Chapter 16, Jesus Christ. Not terribly many here, but we'll cook off probably the next stream with those. Anyway. So, what do you think? Like I said, this is a game that I think turned out really well. I like Space Marine. I still like Space Marine. I think it is probably their best attempt at a game like this, and that's a shame because it's been quite some time since it was released. Let me get you the date on that real quick. When did you come out? 2011, so 10 fucking years ago? Yeah, in September, it'll be 10 fucking years ago. God. Again, the plot, whatever, the way it actually plays is quite nice. The soundtrack, really well done, I think. And, you know, it's a competently made 40K game that isn't a fucking RTS. Go figure. I wish this were a different timeline and we could salvage Relic and we could see what Dark Millennium was going to be. But it's not. It's this one. We're in the Chaos timeline instead. And, well, that project was cancelled when Relic was taken out back and shot. They are... what, still ostensibly a thing? Like, the label exists. But they're not what they were. Let me just make double sure on that. Yeah. In 2017, they developed Age of Empires 4. Yep. Their parent is Sega Europe. They were dissolved and then put back together. I genuinely feel as if they just kind of get it, you know? That being said, Dawn of War 2, not quite as good as Dawn of War, I don't think. And Of course, neither was Dawn of War 3, which it also just wasn't as good, but that was somebody else at that point. We'll talk a little bit more about Dark Millennium and what it was supposed to be, and then a little bit more about Space Marine and stuff later. I think that'll be interesting to do. In any case, we're on this journey now. We gotta go and get the device. We don't know what it is yet, because it does, yes, and letting anyone else have it is a no. We say no to that. But more later. In the meantime, I will leave you to wander by yourselves for a bit. See ya.